Hey everybody, I just wanted to check in again and I wanted to talk about some gratitude list guilt that I've been feeling, and I wanted to find out if any of you guys ever experienced this, where one of the main things recommended to do in a journal is to write a gratitude list. It's supposed to make you more positive, more happy, and of course, more grateful for the things that you have instead of focusing on the things that you don't have, which can be a major problem with journaling. And my question is do any of you guys ever feel guilty when you don't write gratitude lists? Because I've been having an issue where I haven't been writing them. And lately my life has been pretty good. So even though my gratitude lists don't take the form of bullet points, I do have a lot of gratitude in my pages in more of a prose form. But the problem is that when things get bad, I have a tendency to fixate on the bad things instead of writing out my gratitude. Even though I know it's what I'm supposed to do, a lot of the times I either don't get around to doing it, or I feel like it's boring, or I just don't want to do it, and I want to focus on the negativity and the problems instead of the positivity and what I do have. And I was wondering if any of you guys have experienced that yourself, what your remedies for it might be. And I think that you shouldn't feel guilty about not writing a gratitude list. Once you start to make journaling an obligation of some kind, once you start feeling guilty about doing or not doing certain things, it can become a problem. But you have to walk a very fine line because it can also become a wallowing self pity party very quickly. This is a phenomenon that I've talked about in some of my YouTube videos. Um, Journaling can take you to a toxic place if you don't focus on gratitude and positivity to some extent. So I think that rather than feeling guilty, it makes more sense to feel introspective and why you're not focusing on gratitude and what it is about focusing on the negative that makes you feel better or think that you feel better doing that. Sometimes it can be kind of a vindicating experience to write down all the things that you feel are wrong with your life or the things you feel are unfair about your life. And when you start to write about gratitude, you can't really paint yourself as the victim as much, and that can be kind of mm, it can be sort of it can take the wind out of your sails because suddenly you feel like you aren't competing in this almost rat race to the bottom that people sometimes have when they complain about how bad their lives are. And I think that we should challenge ourselves this week to try to be a little more grateful, to try to focus on gratitude lists. But if you don't get around to it, if you don't end up doing it, if you end up being negative, don't feel guilty. Take a step back, analyze why you're being so negative, analyze why gratitude isn't coming to the forefront of your journal. And I think in the process of analyzing that, rather than feeling guilty, you're going to find yourself able to be more grateful and to not be afraid to make those lists and to naturally be more inclined to do so. However, this is an experiment that I have not yet tried, so I could be totally wrong about that. You guys let me know how your week goes, how your gratitude journaling experiences have been, and I will come back and let you guys know if I make any improvement this week. Bye.